Coach Jack Daniels at the Boxing Minutes channel. I just really had to come back on after having made that huge blunder with the with my audio and video. I lost contact. The whole system went out. Right. That was because again, um, I have a whole new system. Right. The camera isn't. I don't know if I can adjust that or that. The way I'm sitting. I guess if I sit back a little, it would be a little more better. But the fact of the matter is, this is a whole new system. I have to get acclimated to it, and I will get acclimated to it because I have to, right? I, again, I spent a lot of money on this system because I wanted to make sure that everything that needs to be done to correct my numbers on my podcast would be effectuated. So you guys will have to bear with me, and you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, make a comment or come in and do any of that, right? The fact of the matter is that I just need to get this off the ground so I can get into the groove of having a righteous podcast where people are coming in and doing what they do with every other podcast, right? Out of respect. So that's what I am attempting to do. That's actually I shouldn't say attempting to do. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to be put in a position where I'm a failure, right? That doesn't sit well with me being a failure, right? And it's a lot of things that happen in the world that we fail in, right? And some people they just keep it moving, right? But me, I'm the type that I get stuck in a situation with myself mentally where that bothers me to such a degree that I go back to it. But in this instance, I think I've grown proportionately in the sense that I don't capitulate, I don't surrender to the possibility of being a failure, right? I mean, I think that um, we as human beings don't take certain things to heart when it comes to this subject matter, and that's the failure, right? I mean, if you don't if you don't get up off your butt and make something significant happen in your life, nothing's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's in the boxing scheme of things. That's in the business scheme of things. That's in a world scheme of things, so to speak, right? You have to have the desire to do better. You know what I mean? Specifically as it pertains to boxing. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, contrary to the fact that I don't have many viewers, you know what I'm saying, and I believe that I'm totally responsible, not because the content isn't correct, but because I don't have the little ins and outs necessary to make my podcast better. And I've been struggling with that for the last year. This is why I bought this new equipment because I want to make sure that I learn all the ins and outs necessary to either be successful or know that I'm doing something wrong, right? And I just don't think I'm not the type that surrenders. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's the content. I think it's the small things, the physical things that attract people to um, change. You know what I mean? In the sense that whatever other podcasts have, I don't have. And I'm well aware of that. And contrary to the fact that I spend a lot of time trying to come up with different methods, I haven't been able to do it. And I think that has a lot to do with my my equipment. So that's why I said I spend a lot of money on this equipment to make sure that I get the job done. So anyway, man, I just had to come back on and share that with y'all and make sure that y'all understand that this old man is serious about this business of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So contrary to the fact that whether y'all run around all over the world chasing podcasts after podcasts, eventually you're going to land up at the Boxers Trainers Channel. And I assure you of that. Nobody in the chat, not one single person, just listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a lot of people, that would be like, why are you doing that? Ain't nobody listening to you. Because I have something to say to the world when it comes to boxing. I have said this 1,000 times on this podcast. I know it's been over 1,000 times. I'm the best trainer in the world, right? And I get a lot of negative comments about that fact, right? Whether I did a little video, a little short, featuring a student that I had, right? I want to say had because I think that he finally came to the conclusion that, you know what I'm saying, that he just wouldn't make, he just didn't have the Jones on him to be a world champion. I mean, I understand that. You know what I mean? In the sense that I know from deep down in the inside what it takes to be a world class boxer. Not a fighter, a world class boxer. You know what I'm saying? That at the end of the day is successful at its craft, right? Because at some point in time in his career, right, he finally gets to the point where he totally believes that he can do this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do this. Everybody cannot muster up enough energy, you know what I'm saying, enough time to put it into being a world class boxer. You know what I mean? And I say that because I've been there and done that. I know what it takes to be a world class boxer. You know what I mean? And contrary to the fact, again, that a lot of people take the position, oh man, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. You know what I mean? I know eventually that I'll have the opportunity to make these idiots alive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I believe in the Creator. I believe in faith. I believe in my abilities, right? I just got to expend the necessary energy to put myself in a position where I can make people out of their lives. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to prove to the world one day, with the help of those that are in the position to help or not, right? I'm going to muster up enough intellect, enough sense, enough energy to be in a position to one day train somebody to be a world class boxer. And I'm 75 years old, man, so I got to make this happen relatively quick. Not counting out that I'm in pretty good shape, you know what I mean? And my life has been amazing, especially at the age of 75, right? A lot of cats wouldn't have been able to endure what I have endured through my 75 years on planet Earth, right? I mean, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. But I got to the position where I changed my concept about life. And I started to change the way that I do things. And in doing that, I attained a lot of success. Anyway, man, I'm going to get up out of here because I'm talking to myself. And it's not a pretty thing. But I'm going to keep on talking to myself until I find the mechanics necessary to be the best podcast in the business. That being said, I got